Hello, hello. Oh, excuse me. Ah, there we go. Hey, Taru. Hey, Dina. Taru, did not make coffee, but I got water. Also, I should probably get my headphones. Oh my god, I'm too short to reach them. It also occurred to me that I wanted ice cream and I did not go get it. So hang out for a minute. I'm gonna go pour myself some ice cream. Hey, Admo. Hey, Viridian. Sorry about the wait. I realized I really wanted to have that ice cream, so... And since the game is fully voiced, I don't have to talk. Hey, Puddle. So, hello. If you're getting air, it's because the fan is on. Because it's hot. Oh god, this weirdo. Hey, Ren. It is low-carb chocolate from Breyers. It is one of the few low-carb, sugar-free ice creams I've found that does not taste like crap. I finally noticed a little hourglass here to show that it's loading. Why is email... Refresh. Come on, load for me. Yeah, Breyers has a low-carb version that's really good. Oh, we go right into this. Halo Top? I don't know if I've heard of that
You're
one.
overworked, it said. You're not my first client with that problem. What line of work are you in?
I play video games.
Video games? Like Star Invaders?
No, silly. More like Overcharged
Not
2,
Pension Impact.
More of an FPS
Amalia.
and RPG girl.
Oh no. Wait, did she legit just say... Oh, I hate that the audio ducks out.
I don't know what them things are. I kind of figured video games were just a fad, like collecting ferns was in my time.
Hold on, let me see. No, there's no option.
Video games are lots of fun. There's even one where you get to play a cowboy and kill bunches and bunches of people.
She's a little too excited about this. Remember, she also wanted to dress him up like a rabbit. A mouse.
Then you get to pretend you feel bad about it. But after that, you kill even more people.
I'm concerned.
Shucks, that there might give me some flashbacks. But you're working by playing video games? How's that?
I stream on Glitch. I have millions and millions of
No,
followers
not
there.
Glitch. Not Glitch. Wow. Hey, Rat. I need something.
Wait just a gosh darn minute. People are paying to watch you pee?
Oh my god.
Of course not. That sort of thing would be on my Only Zealots page. If I could pee. Which I can't, because I'm a vampire.
Alright, you gotta walk me through this. What's all this RPG and FPS stuff?
I cannot. Sorry, you took stream a little too literally.
Role-playing games and first-person shooters.
Kinda dark to be playing games about the first person you ever shot. That ain't a good moment.
Oh my god, Sam. Sam.
You're extra silly. It's a video game with a first-person perspective. It only looks as though you're shooting someone. I like the ones where there's lots and lots of blood. I end up feeling quite hungry.
Okay.
Are they still using corn syrup to look like blood? It never looked realistic to me.
They don't use corn syrup in video games. You're very funny.
Let this man unlive. Look, he was around when talkies were new.
I'm glad I'm funny, I guess. Let me ask you something else about these video games.
Right?
What's Only Zealots?
That's a very special website where my very special followers get to see me do naughty things for money.
You've been around a long while. Do you need money?
No, of course not. But I do like having mortal bloodbaths and will do anything for me. They're very useful.
This whole thing makes me feel old.
Well,
But you're only a baby vampire, strange cowboy man. I'm glad you're not the kind of baby who poops and pees, though. That's quite icky.
I feel like I need a drink after talking to her.
I had some more questions. What's streaming mean if it ain't paying?
Streaming means to share your computer screen to the internet.
Like watching the cinema, only instead of people shooting each other, it's you answering emails?
Sort of. Mostly people just like to watch people shooting other people. I mean, only it's little computer people that only look like people.
Clear as mud. I got some more questions about them funny things you mentioned, though. Alright, I think I understand a little better. You're working pretty dang hard for all them followers. What do you need them for?
I'm just sitting here. My brain is like... I feel like I should use screenshots from this for the parasocial panel I'm doing.
Lots of things. They pay my rent for me, buy clothes and gifts for me.
You're a vampire. Why do you need to pay rent?
They dispose of all the bodies. And they let me kill them too. They're all so eager to die. Poor little lambs.
Oh my god.
They're like servants?
Right, Amalia?
Servants, little sheep, whatever you'd like to call them.
And they're willing to just up and die for you.
Oh, naturally. Sometimes all I have to do is smile for them. They find it enchanting. And they quite like my breasts and vulva.
I'm sorry. Every thought in my head is lurched to a halt because I was not expecting that. I can feel Sam disassociating from here.
Oh, I see.
Does it make you uncomfortable to hear me say breasts and vulva?
I reckon I just wasn't expecting that level of candidness.
I just feel like I can't wait for Dr. B to play this and to get to this client. Oh dear.
Breasts, vulva.
Okay.
Hey, come on now.
Oh, it's so much fun to watch your little whiskers twitch.
So, these followers of yours do a lot of work for you, huh?
But I have almost 100 million little sheep. It's rather difficult to manage them all and keep them happy.
Well, he would have been turned before cars were really a thing, I think.
Why do you need to keep so many servants happy?
I need my sheep. If I don't have them, I'll have nothing.
If she doesn't have her social media followers, she'll have nothing. She lived without them for a very long time.
I need my sheep. If I don't have them, I'll have nothing.
If she doesn't have her social media followers,
I need my sheep. If I don't have them, I'll have nothing.
Is it really true that if you don't have your followers, you won't have anything? Ain't you got other stuff you're interested in?
I suppose I enjoy reading and video games. And I can do those things alone. There's also playing games with my body.
I don't like where this is going.
Oh, yep, there's that.
Which Americans don't do. You like to shoot people instead. Bang, pow, ugh.
Iris.
That ain't always true. But let's get back to what you were saying.
If I don't make them all happy, they'll turn against me.
Oh, wait a minute. That's one of them double control fallacies.
A control fallacy? What is that, manling?
It's the idea that you either have complete control over something or no control over something. The idea that you can make everyone happy is something that ain't in anyone's power. And assuming you have no control and they'll all turn against you ain't true either.
That's true, I suppose. I can do things you couldn't dream of, but I won't show them to you because you're an American.
Hold on. The fuck is that supposed to mean?
That is much appreciated, miss. And now about the stuff you were saying.
All I'll be is the lonely, crazy girl with a flat full of stinky corpses.
Let's ease off them labeling terms. Don't go calling yourself crazy.
I am crazy, and I know how strange I sound to these short-lived creatures.
You just got a Scottish accent. You don't sound that strange.
I reckon I might sound the same if I were around as long as you and seen some of the stuff you've seen.
Well, that's disturbing. But also, is it
Besides,
entirely wrong?
crazy ain't got any kind of real meaning. What's sane? You've been around a while, you know them definitions change all the time.
I suppose that's true. Don't think any of us are really sane.
I think that's a heck of a lot closer to the truth.
I just want to look at my body parts anyway. Don't know much else to share, it seems.
Come on now, you've been around for nearly 2,000 years. How in the heck could you have nothing to offer?
She would be such an elder vampire.
I'm sure you could tell me all sorts of things about history and the places you've been to and the things you've done.
If I talk about things I like, my followers abandon me. Fickle little bloodbags. I always like it when I show off, though.
That's a problem with your followers, not you. Don't go disqualifying the positive things about yourself just because they don't see them.
Very kind, manling. If you were one of my followers, I might even let you live.
Wow.
A very kind gesture, miss.
I can't help but think, though. I should make my little sheep happy. After all, they are willing to die for me.
You say you should keep your followers happy. Do you like it when they're happy?
Just because I kill my bloodbags doesn't mean I wish to be cruel.
Ooh, she needs help.
After all, they're so cute when they die with smiles on their precious little faces.
Yeah, you're too much for me right now.
I'm glad to hear that, but here's the thing. When you say you should make them happy, you turn it into a responsibility. If you got 100 million people you should please, that's pressure you don't need. Get what I'm saying?
You are too sweet, little mouse. Like a sugar mouse. Someone might try to eat you.
Heck, they already did. How do you think I turned into a vampire?
You make me seem very silly for worrying so much about my blood bags. I'm not a very good vampire, am I?
Well, what's a good vampire supposed to do?
My blood father used to tell me that we were supposed to be gods. Told me that we would rule all humanity. Imagine he'd be ever so disappointed in me.
Well, blood parents are always complicated. They like continuing their legacies, but people ain't too good at being anything but themselves.
Is that a thing, Ren?
I wish someone would tell him that. He's a very bad listener.
Well, you should be proud of yourself for getting away from him. I know it ain't easy.
I didn't leave him. The druid sealed him away long ago. So our soul when he escapes. And there'll be nothing we can do. Oh, this could be ever so much blood.
I ain't gonna worry too much about this fella. Besides, if he is coming back to kill us all, we only got so much time to enjoy, right? These dang followers of yours have got you stuck at home, though.
It's better this way. It's not safe outside.
1 second. Hello, man. Thank you for the raid.
Well, why do you say that?
Because there are bad people out there. They've tried to burn me, touch me, enslave
How
me.
is Monster
They are
Prom?
cruel, horrible. If I stay in one place, I have power. Instead of them burning me, I can burn them. And touch them and enslave them. They used to call me Caliph Namuna, the Witch of the Bogs. I like it that way. I like it when they think I'm a monster. If I want to be safe, I should show them what a monster I really am from the safety of my
Okay.
lair.
Huh.
Living alone is the life I know, anyway. Well, I've known for millennia. I can't survive in society now.
I know you've been through some tough times, but there's some stuff you're saying that just doesn't square with reality. Let's go over what you just said.
Because there are bad people out there. They've tried to burn me, touch me, enslave me. They are cruel, horrible.
I know you've been through some tough times, Mitty, and you got a hell of a lot of reasons to think people are all awful. But those experiences ain't the be-all and end-all. There's a lot of bad, a lot of good, and even more in between.
Maybe. But it's safer to assume that it's all bad. Mortals are very afraid, and when mortals are afraid, they are quite cruel.
That's more of that all-or-nothing thinking. There's billions of people out there now, and more differences between each and every
I've never
one of them
actually
than
played
you'd expect.
Monster Prom.
But I don't need to endanger myself anymore. I have my sheep.
I'm sure we'll get to talking about them real soon.
We can talk about them now. They help me stay in my flat. If I stay in one place, I have power. Instead of them burning me, I can burn them. And touch them and enslave them.
With all due respect, miss, you're playing with sunshine here. Life is always going to change. That's the one thing we can be sure of. Your retreating from society is only going to make it harder to face the changes ahead.
Such as when the machines arrived.
Machines? What?
What machines are you talking about?
Maybe.
The ones in the factories. The ones who made me leave the bog. Not like that very much. Not at all.
I'm enjoying it. I'm not taking it that seriously. I'm treating it like any other Otome game.
Well, look, I didn't want to upset you. You're here to handle the world a little better, and that means being honest about what might happen. That makes sense?
Yes. Machines keep getting stronger. I should be ready for them.
All right. Well, let's keep talking.
Oh my god, it's the longest fucking session.
They used to call me Caliph Namuna, the Witch of the Bogs. I like it that way. I like it when they think I'm a monster.
Hold on a sec, Mitty. I get that there's safety in people thinking you're some kind of monster. But But what I can't abide is you calling yourself one. Names have power. You know what they used to call me?
Fuzzy McWhiskers. Scaly Tail Sam. Ooh, Scurrying Sam.
They called me Slaughtering Sam. And as you might imagine, I didn't earn many friends with that name.
That's not very cute at all.
No, it ain't. I didn't feel cute neither. I felt like an evil bastard, and that ain't a good feeling.
I didn't say I liked being a monster. It just makes me feel safe.
But you're all monsters. You're all vampires.
Then let's find a way to help you feel safe without calling yourself a monster then, huh? But keep going.
If I want to be safe, I should show them what a monster I really am from the safety of my lair.
Medi believes there is only one course of action to take. We know this cannot be true, do we not?
If I want to be safe, I should...
Medi believes there is only one course of action to take.
If I want to be safe, I should show them what a monster I really am from the safety of my lair.
Hey, Leaf.
Medi believes there is only one course of action to take.
Oh my god.
We know this cannot be true, do we not?
If I want to be safe,
Medi believes there is only one course of...
if I want to be safe,
Well, why should you show them what a monster you are?
I did not think that was a should statement.
so that they'll know
Thank
to
you for
stay away,
71
of
months.
course.
And is that the only way people will stay away?
It's the way I know. I used to put severed heads outside my cottage, but policemen don't like that very much.
So what if I said you should protect yourself by putting severed heads outside your place again?
I'd say you should learn otherwise. The police can be very mean.
That's what I mean. Should doesn't allow a lot of wiggle room. It might seem like it's just words, but them words can lock us up tighter in a bank vault. But let's keep talking.
Living alone is the life I know, anyway. Well, I've known for millennia. I can't survive in society now.
I know you've been through some tough times, but there's some stuff you're saying that just doesn't square with reality. Let's go over what you just said.
Because there are bad people out there. They've tried to burn me, touch me, enslave me. They are cruel, horrible. If I stay in one place, I have power. Instead of them burning me, I can burn them, and touch them, and enslave them. They used to call me Calich Namuna, the Witch of the Bogs. I like it that way. I like it when they think I'm a monster. If I want to be safe, I should show them what a monster I really am from the safety of my lair. Living alone is the life I know, anyway. Well, I've known for millennia. I can't survive in society now.
I know you've been through some tough times, but there's some stuff you're saying that just doesn't square with reality. Let's go over what you just said.
Because there are bad people out there. They've tried to burn me, touch me, enslave me. They are cruel, horrible. If I stay in one place, I have power. Instead of them burning me, I can burn them, and touch them, and enslave them. They used to call me Calich Namuna, the Witch of the Bogs. I like it that way. I like it when they think I'm a monster. to be safe. I should show them what a monster I really am from the safety of my lair. Living alone is the life I know, anyway. Well, I've known for millennia. I can't survive in society now.
You know, you're what, some 1,800 years old? You're older than any government on Earth. You've seen the world change in what?
Oh, dang it.
Hell, you basically won the internet, and I can barely open up my Vmail program. You're way more capable than you're giving yourself credit for.
I suppose that's true. But I'm not very good with real life people. Unless I'm eating them.
You're still disqualifying the positive by canceling out all them skills you got. You can use all that modern lingo I barely even heard of. You dab fam?
Oh my god.
That was ages ago.
See what I'm saying?
You are very clever, sweetling. It is easy to forget how small and weak mortals are. The world is a big place full of things that might try to hurt me.
Well, before you face the world, why don't we start with your neighborhood? Let's start slow. Take a walk around your block, 15 minutes a day. Just spend a little time outside looking at the moon.
I suppose if anyone tries to hurt me, I should be able to kill them or enslave them. Very well, strange cowboy man. If anyone does kill me, I'll simply become a ghost.
Hey, Jory.
Then I
Thank you
can
for
whisk
the raid.
myself up your bottom with a little ghost needle and
Robert,
poke at
thank you
your
for
guts.
4 months. Or 6 months.
I don't think it'll come to that. Just
Sorry,
spend some
I
time
almost
outside
drifted
and
off
see
for a
how you
hot
feel.
second.
We'll talk again in a month.
Jory, what were you
Sound
up
good?
to? This man told a vampire to go outside.
Very well. I suppose my followers outside must be eager to carry my coffin home. Promised I would eat them when we got there, so shouldn't keep them waiting.
Nice.
Farewell
then, little mouse.
The way she says little mouse makes me think it's the voice actress for Hope in BG3.
Hoo-wee.
That all this time I've been on that same client.
Well done, my friend. You seem a little out of sorts. Are you quite all right?
I'm still trying to also figure out who Matt voices.
She was something else.
Like so many of our kind, she simply struggles to adjust to a constantly changing world. I think you would be of great help to her. She clearly likes you.
That's what I'm afraid of.
You are under my protection while you are here, Sam. I guarantee no ghosts will travel up your posterior. You have done excellent work tonight. Please, relax downstairs. Summer will be here before we know it, and the nights shall become short once again. Rest in peace, my friend.
Tarnation. Glad the kids here aren't glued to their little TVs. I wonder why that is. I bet Crimson knows.
Giddy up, little doggy.
I ain't heard that one in a while.
Truth is, I'm running out of cowboy terms. What can I get you, handsome?
How about a kind ear for my troubles?
You got a real old school way of seeing bartenders. But in this case, you're right. I am a good listener. Lay it on me.
I got this new client. Makes me feel old.
$250-year-old man feels old.
Hey,
huh?
Van.
Yeah. But seriously, I thought I understood people, but she's from another time, like. I've been around a long time, and I ain't seen
Thanks for the
nothing
raid,
quite like this
Jory. Can I
internet.
get a shout out
But
for
my
Jory
client
Bees?
lives there.
And you think you can't help her because you don't understand the internet?
Now, I remember when the first steam locomotive showed up, and we thought, that's it. We've invented everything.
Really?
Well, laugh all you like. Point is, I'm getting old faster than I ever have before.
Here's the thing, cowboy. Nobody understands the internet. I don't feel old yet, though. Still just glad to be alive, thanks to Andy's blood.
Oh, yeah?
I know you've been curious about why I've been drinking vampire blood. You don't have to pretend.
I mean, it's a good question.
I've got a rare blood cancer. Andy's blood is what's keeping me alive.
Oh, I'm real sorry.
I didn't say I was dying. I said I had cancer. Stop making that face.
I mean, he would know what cancer is, would he?
I'm just glad I found Andy. Don't think I was quite ready to die.
Well, I, for one, am glad you're sticking around, Crimson.
Well, thank you kindly. So what'll it be, Sam? You ain't gonna dance?
No, I ain't gonna dance.
You owe me that story one day, cowboy. Here, have a little something I whipped up for Andy. Herbal blood tea.
No garlic, right?
No garlic.
Mighty kind of you. Maybe I'll take a nightcap. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Adios, muchacho.
I think that's my last client for a while. My caseload's big enough. I'm starting to get overwhelmed. Maybe something from one of my books will inspire me. But then again, I could watch cartoons instead.
What's a cartoon?
I used to have a crush on Betty Boop, and I ain't ashamed.
Oh my god. How did they even get away with this? Ah. Wow, now the cuckoo going to work and locking the door. Alright, it's public domain, I got it. Not. Wow. Oh, too much candy. I think I'm good.
Well, they don't make them like they used to. I think that's enough action for one night. Time I got me some shut-eye. Good night, son.
A fine evening to you, Samuel. How are you feeling tonight?
Hey, Derek, how are you?
Not bad, not bad. A little overwhelmed, but guess I kind of have a lot going on these days.
Indeed you do. The mind is an easy place to get lost in, is it not?
You ain't kidding. Keeping all them cognitive distortions in my head and sorting through all my clients' problems ain't easy.
We are not machines, Samuel. I believe you will find that you can never handle everything at once. There is a term the mortals use these days. Multitasking. It's a kind of meta-control fallacy.
I'm okay.
Even we must handle thoughts one at a time.
I'm
I guess. I
fighting
just hope I can
this
concentrate on my own therapy with all this.
exhaustion. Keep forgetting it tabs out and stops the audio. Dang it.
I do not expect you to be an exception to the rule, my dear fellow. Let us see whether we can clear your head. I would like to introduce you to a ritual I have learned for stealing the mind.
This some kind of ancient vampire secret? Something the old ones gave you that's been lost to time? Something mortals could never imagine?
No, it's just meditation.
Oof.
Oh.
That does not make the technique any less valuable. Now then, close your eyes. I will guide you through this process. Think of a place that brings you comfort. Where is it?
I have to say the woods. I always like being in nature.
Then imagine the woods and let your thoughts come to you. Breathe in and breathe out. I shall let you begin.
I ain't cut out for this therapy thing. And it sure is a tall glass of water. I miss my princess. I kinda miss farting. Focus, Sam, focus.
Alright. I think I need a controller. What the? What the? I am very confused.
Who's got a pretty mane? Wonder what's on Batflex. Should I hook up with Reinhardt?
Hey, Seven.
I'm so bad at meditating. I like blood from San Antonio, not New York City. Relax, ain't no vampire hunters here. Who's my favorite horse? Is it you?
Alright, so when does this stop?
How are you feeling now?
Paste sauce reference?
Yeah, all right. Fine, really. All them thoughts just feel like thoughts.
What sorts of things came up for you?
Well,
Well, I thought about my clients. I thought about all them cognitive distortions. My horse came up a lot.
Your horse?
Yeah, Princess. She was my horse back when I was alive. I still think about her every day. I can't really stop.
I understand. I have bonded with many horses in my own life, but it sounds as though the loss of Princess was particularly fraught.
Yeah.
Would you like to start there?
Not sure I'd like it. Seeing as it's come up, maybe we should talk about what happened to her. It's got a lot to do with my old gang.
okay.
I mentioned them before. Well, the Mystic Bastards was their name. They were the gang to join if you had nothing to lose, and I had nothing to lose.
That sounds like some Nosferatu thinking, my friend.
Oh, I can see that now. But it turned out I still did have something to lose. And they took that from me to prove my loyalty. They took my princess, killed her in cold blood, and made me watch the whole thing. They made sure she saw me too.
Oh, Samuel, I'm so sorry.
I just stood there, watching her dying, with them big eyes looking at me like she knew I betrayed her. They knew what it would take to break me, and it's my fault for letting them do it.
Oh boy.
But Samuel, these mystic bastards, it sounds as though these loyalty tests were a cruel, mechanical part of their indoctrination process. These are the actions of a cult. They had no special care for you or your princess.
Well, sure as shit worked. They knew where to hit me, and it's my fault for letting it happen.
What they did, Samuel, had little to do with you personally. You were vulnerable, and they took advantage. This is what cults do. But Samuel, you are exhibiting a cognitive distortion known as personalization. You are attributing the Mystic Bastard's actions entirely to your own supposed failings. While it is natural to grieve for your horse, holding yourself solely responsible is neither fair nor accurate.
Hold on a sec, my head's hurting. I can't hold on to all them distortions all the time. Ain't personalization a lot like a control fallacy?
An astute observation, Samuel. Personalizations are often a form of control fallacy. While control fallacies often manifest as a belief that you have more control over external events than is actually the case, personalization is a more specific tendency to believe that external events are reactions to you. But let us leave control fallacies out of the picture for now. You are correct that keeping all distortions in mind at once is unrealistic. I would not interrupt your thoughts if I did not think personalization important.
Oh no, Jory.
You are shouldering the blame for Princess's death. I can see that.
Well, if it ain't my fault, who else's is it?
The Mystic Bastards, of course. Let me put it into perspective for you. I will make a series of statements, and you help me identify the personalization distortion.
Alright, before I do that, I'm going to get a quick break. Get some more water. So hang out. I'll be back in 2 to 5 minutes. Alright, I'm back. Alright, I also got a snack. Also, ads are coming in 5 minutes. I got a snack. If it's too loud or too crunchy, tell me. Veggie straws.
I overslept in my coffin because I forgot to set my alarm. My friend, we are only trying to identify personalization distortions right now. Please try once more. I overslept in my coffin because I forgot to set my alarm.
Oh, that's the personalization, ain't it?
No, Sam. If I forgot to set my alarm, that was my inaction or inaction. It is not a distortion to acknowledge this fact.
Dang.
It's all right, Sam. Let's keep going. I beat Crimson's neck last night and missed the vein because I was distracted. It was entirely my fault. Batflix raised my subscription price again because they knew I would pay no matter what.
Well, that's the personalization. Batflix has no earthly clue who you are. Well, they just raise their subscription prices anyway.
Just as your gang planned to isolate members from their former lives. Do you see the connection?
I guess so. I was just too stupid to see it at the time.
Right?
Calling yourself stupid is what distortion?
Yeah, it's labeling. But I should have known anyway. I knew that crew was bad news. I just thought I was bad news too.
You should have known. That's another distortion of reality, Samuel.
Alright, fine. Should statement. Whatever. So what the hell am I supposed to do, Andy? Say nothing's ever my fault and I don't gotta know nothing?
Oh, somebody's getting spicy.
I was responsible for getting that beautiful horse killed. She trusted me, and if I'd been someone else, she wouldn't have had to die in that awful way.
I am not asking you to lie to yourself. Far from it. And I am not suggesting that you absolve yourself of all responsibility. But what would you say if a friend came to you with the same story? Would you tell them what they should have done? Would you call them stupid? You said yourself that you joined your gang because they were the gang to join if you had nothing to lose. I do not think this is a circumstance most people choose.
Yeah, I suppose.
Remember, Samuel, we are trying to reframe our thinking by clarifying these distortions. I know it may feel as though I am picking on you, but I am not. Let us forget what you should have done to make room for a different distortion. You are drawing a direct link from your emotion to the death of your horse. This is a distortion called emotional reasoning. I understand the guilt you feel, Samuel, but your guilt does not act on its own. This terrible thing, it did happen, and some choices you made undoubtedly created the circumstances for it to occur. You are not blameless, but let us restrict your blame to what you have actually done.
I'm sorry. I get awful worked up when talking about my princess. You should have seen her, Andy. She had these eyes. She looked right into my tainted soul and still loved me.
I understand, Samuel. We feel tremendous guilt when we fail an animal. When we look at reality, it is not to dismiss our burdens, but to process them fairly.
Why is this game coming for me right now?
I would like you to understand emotional reasoning so you can see how emotions color our thoughts. Please listen, and call me out when I am using emotional reasoning. I feel anxious. Perhaps it is the garlic naan I smell from the Indian restaurant next door. The mood in my club is somber tonight. I am sure it is a reflection of my own dark mood.
That's the emotional reasoning right there. I don't think them folk in the club know too much about how you're feeling.
Exactly. Our emotions can feel all-encompassing, and that is purely biological. We are animals, Samuel. There is a small cluster of brain tissue at the base of the cranium that tells us we are safe or that we are about to die.
Squirrel brain.
The complexity of our existence is at odds with our biology, but we have the logic to recognize it.
Well, if reincarnation's a thing, I think I'd rather come back as a horse.
It is indeed a boon and a curse to have human complexity of thought.
No kidding. If I were a horse, I'd know better than to join any cowboy gang, let alone the Mystic Bastards. I'd be happy with a bag of oats and a field to run around in.
How did you end up with the Mystic Bastards in the first place?
Well, like I said, I didn't have much choice.
Why you
Nobody
say
would have
that,
taken
Joey?
me in at that point, except a hangman, maybe. I wasn't a vampire yet, so hanging didn't sound too appealing. The last job I did got my brother killed. And after that, my wife left with my
Jesus.
daughter, and I never saw him again. Can't say I blame her.
Wow, this got dark.
I didn't have nobody. Ain't no surprise that a vampire gang would be the only people to take me in.
Aha, so that is how you turned.
Right?
Yes, sir. It wasn't pleasant. Not the candlelight and writhing bodies sort of affair you see in mortal vampire stories.
That is terrible, Samuel. The turning is never easy. How did they find you?
That job that got my brother killed, we partnered up with one of them Mystic Bastards for it. He knew where to find me.
And he knew you were vulnerable and that you had no place to go.
Jesus.
I've thought about that. Were they setting me up all along? Maybe. But whether they were or not, I really didn't have any place to go. I know when them wanted dead or alive posters go up, folk find dead easier and more fun. People saw me as outlaw scum when I was a kid, and there was no way they were going to be kinder knowing I was in a gang.
You know this for a fact. You are certain that no one would have any pity on you at all. That your only recourse was to join your gang.
Well,
I guess I don't actually know that no one but the bastards would have taken me in. Sounds like a cognitive distortion, huh?
I think you see the patterns now. It may seem like pedantry, and perhaps it is, but pedantry is the search for ultimate truth.
is it?
Spoken like a true pedant.
It comes with being terrifyingly old. You discovered the cognitive distortion before I could point it out to you. It is a cognitive distortion similar to Nosferatu thinking, So let us put that particular distortion out of our minds for now. Yes, things were grim for you, but your experiences caused you to assume that there were none who would favor you with a kind eye. You were exhibiting the cognitive distortion of overgeneralization, the idea that no mortal could accept you. This clouded truth made you vulnerable to the mystic bastard's approach.
Damn. Maybe you ain't wrong, huh? I should have joined the Foreign Legion or something. Dang it, should statement.
Good job, Sam.
Your mind is not a cognitive distortion shooting gallery, son. Cut yourself some slack. All we seek is recognition of our distortions, not perfection and not punishment. Let us test your ability to recognize overgeneralization. Then I believe we will have covered enough for tonight. Allow me to begin. Elder vampires are insufferable. They all think they know everything.
Wait, ain't you an elder vampire? You don't seem like much of a know-it-all.
That's right, Sam. Though in all honesty, I used to be quite insufferable myself. I aspire to be more patient these days. Let me continue. It seems to me that being a werewolf is pretty rough.
I'm just gonna pretend we didn't get that.
Vampires from Transylvania all have funny accents. I want to suck your blood. Who talks like this?
That seems like an overgeneralization, Andy. I ain't sure any of them ever sounded like that. Pretty sure they all sound American these days anyway from watching bat flicks all the time.
Correct, Sam. I apologize for the offensive accent. It was employed only to prove a point. Well done, Sam. Your ability to identify cognitive distortions continues to impress. But let us bring things back to you. I do not ask you to absolve yourself of the things you have done.
God, Ren.
You did not have the tools to be mindful of the thought patterns that made you vulnerable to the mystic bastards. I have seen mindfulness take root in you, though, Sam. I hope this session has been helpful to you.
Yeah, I'm still sad. And still regretful about Princess. I think I'll always be. My not being mindful is what killed her. Every time I think about it, I just know I'm a terrible person who messes everything up. But I think the awareness helps.
Oh my God, Sam, you missed the whole point.
It does. Then please tell me what cognitive distortion you just exemplified. Was it emotional reasoning, overgeneralization, or personalization?
It's emotional reasoning. I'm drawing a link from my pain to what happened to Princess.
A wise deduction, son. But you will find that it is also an overgeneralization to say that you are a terrible person who messes things up, and personalization to say that your lack of mindfulness is what killed your horse. Remember, cognitive distortions are not a cudgel to beat yourself with.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that. If we're spouting cognitive distortions all the time, ain't my clients gonna be mad at my constantly interrupting them?
You continue to impress. Yes, we cannot bully our clients with distortions. Thus, I find it is best to clear our minds and focus on a few during each session. Keeping endless distortions in mind is not easy for a therapist either, after all. I think we have done excellent work tonight, and I'm certain you've built up a thirst. I know this evening was emotionally intense. Ask Crimson for some scotch.
Oh, scotch, not blood.
Drinking booze ain't exactly compatible with our biology, Andy.
By scotch, I mean Scottish blood. It's iron
Oh my
rich and
God.
quite delicious. I age it in whiskey barrels.
Okay.
That sounds pretty nice. I might just do that and call it an early night.
As you wish, son. Rest well, and do not lasso yourself so tightly, as you say. You are deserving of love, especially from yourself.
Well, I'm just gonna leave before I get more embarrassed.
Very well, Samuel. Rest in peace, my friend.
I need them to just have a moment. Oh, excuse me.
Samuel, greetings. You are seeing Dr. Drain again tonight, yes?
Unfortunately.
That's right. I'm keen to see how he's getting on. That fella's got himself wrapped up real tight.
Do not expect too much change too quickly. It takes a while for thoughts to internalize, even when we know the truth of them logically. It took me only 2,800 years or so to internalize what I needed.
I don't think the doc's gonna be too keen to wait that long.
I do not think he will have to. Unlike myself, he has you to guide him.
Oh gosh, I barely know what I'm doing, boss. I'm not sure I can keep track of all these new distortions I know about.
I do not expect you to. We humans are distortion machines, my friend. But let us ensure we address Dr. Drain's core distortion. You know what it is, don't you?
It's disqualifying the positive, ain't it?
Dr. Drain does indeed exhibit this cognitive distortion, as we all do. But there is a distortion that truly drives his decision-making. I think you can tell me what it is.
That fella's a should-statement machine, I'll tell you what.
That's right. We can be certain he will carry this distortion with him. But I would like you to pick the rest to keep in mind, Samuel. Up until this point, you have addressed client distortions in small clusters. But now that you are aware of more cognitive distortions, you will notice them everywhere. We must not use cognitive distortions as weapons to beat our clients with. So pick 4 more to keep in mind during your session.
But what do I do if I detect he's showing the distortions I'm putting aside?
You do not need to address all of them, my friend. You will not catch every distortion, and if you did, I believe your clients would find you irritating. I do not alert you to half of your cognitive distortions.
Wow, Andy. Wow.
We know that Dr. Drain will exhibit should statements. What else do you think he will come to this session with?
I think I've got what I need now.
Very good, Sam. I will leave you to it. Have confidence. It is well earned.
I guess I just gotta believe you. All right, Andy, I'll do my best.
I know you will. I will see you after your session.
I think I'm ready. And here comes the man himself. Dr. Drain, good to see you again. Yes, well, I wish I could say the same. I have not had the most productive month.
Wow.
Back on this productive wagon, huh? Last time we were talking about all them should statements. Yes, exactly. And what a waste of time that was. I took what we spoke about to heart, you know, like a fool. But the should statements, as you so tritely put them, were the only thing holding me together. You ignored the addiction problem I came to you with. Nay, worse, you told me it was fine. And oh, how eager I was to test that theory. I have partaken of my awful plasma almost every night. I am more monster than man now. Compadre, you are a labeling machine tonight. Let's slow down and see if we can talk through what's been happening. Let's start with this monster label. Last time you told me that this plasma of yours just made you let loose a little. That don't sound too monstrous to me.
Right?
You forget, Sam. We are vampires. When we let loose, all the world suffers. Sounds to me like we could be having a fruitful conversation about moderation. I have a better idea. Seeing as you do not understand the gravity of the situation, I will make you understand. This is the plasma I've spoken of. Pure vampiric essence. I will show you how should statements are the remnants of our humanity. We should not be so quick to cast them away.
Dr. Drain is assigning himself quite an imperative. But whence came this imperative, Sam?
This is the plasma I've spoken of. Pure vampiric essence. I will show you how should statements are the remnants of our humanity. We should not be so quick to cast them away.
Dr. Drain is assigning...
This is the plasma I've spoken of. Pure vampiric...
Dr. Drain is...
This is the plasma I've spoken...
Dr. Drain is...
This is the plasma I've spoken...
Dr. Drain is assigning...
This... I agree with you that should statements are human, but that don't make them universal. That's the point I'm trying to make. There's lots of ways to live, Doc. That is exactly the problem, Sam. We don't live. And this is the result most dire. Witness the wages of our sin. Now hold on a sec, Doc. I think we better... The time for caution is over. Goodbye, Sam.
What the?
In hell?
Whomst? Hold on.
Does it feel good to be alive? And who are you, darling?
Miscusi the fuck what?
I'm Sam. I'm your therapist, Doc. You know that. My therapist? Oh, how wonderful. How absolutely pathetic. A vampire therapist. Oh, what a sad, pathetic waste you are, Dr. Drain. Allow me to introduce myself, then. I am Lord Lyridus, and unlike that
What
sad
is
sack
happening?
of quivering shit you've been talking to, I am a vampire.
I'm sorry, what?
I kill, I drink, I fuck, and I'm dead sexy.
You know, I'm going to take a drink of water and ponder this for a hot moment. And yes, I did screenshot that. You are literally the same dude, just with your claws and fangs out and no glasses.
Weren't you wearing glasses before? I don't need glasses. Reading is what people do when they can't find anyone to fuck, which is not a problem I face.
Well then. Right, Derek?
Oh, you're missing out, fella. I got into reading after I died, and there's whole worlds to discover in books.
Didn't you play this, Jory?
Oh, you're so fucking
Boring.
There's a whole world to discover up my ass as well.
Well, would it be, and I know the answer is yes, but go with me on this journey. How unethical would it be to just fuck him to shut him up? I know the answer is very unethical, but they're also not real. They're vampires. But my brain just went to a very, very different place. This is now fanfic. I'm sorry. True. And hey, Chunky, how are you?
Well, you don't have to be so crass. Yes, I see it in your eyes. You're afraid, aren't you, American? Your Puritan blood chills at the sight of me.
Not the bad spray. Okay, hold on. I know that Americans are getting a bad rap, but come on. This man was turned when he was a fucking vampire.
Maybe I'll warm it up before I drain it from you and turn you into a husk with a stupid hat. I wouldn't try it.
Sir.
I'm not you, though, am I? And I am always hungry. I suggest you stay where you are.
I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting the blinky to come out. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting the fucking gun to come out. He said, I'm strapped up. Hold on. Hold on. Sam said, I got something for you. I'm sorry, that threw me off. I was not expecting the gun to come out. I didn't realize he still had a gun. He's been a vampire for 200 years. I am not okay, y'all. Isn't it?
A vampire with a gun.
Gun. I don't know these lines, I'm just reading them as they come up on screen.
What are you going to do, cowboy? Kill me?
Motherfucker, I might.
Nope, but I can make sure the next few months ain't fun for you.
Well.
Oh, how very kind of you to care about me, darling. It'll be our dear Dr. Drain who suffers. But I need the little worm for now, so I suppose I'll let you live. Mighty kind of you. Now you just settle on down and we're gonna have a chat.
I'm not okay. I was not expecting the gun.
Ugh. Talking. We are animals. We are not meant for talking. But very well.
That's a hell of a over kink scene.
At least give me something to drink. I can rely on your piteous human blood to do me that kindness, yes?
Bro, I'm a vampire too.
Alright, but I'm watching you, hombre. Look all you like. The show is free.
I'm good.
This is better than the swill I usually prefer. I'm more of a quantity over quality sort of creature.
Not the noted.
Yeah, I know your kind. I used to be a lot like you.
Also, he just straight up turned into, like, movie vampire over here.
And I suppose now you are just as repressed as the sad creature that exerts control over this luscious body of mine. I'm more free than I've ever been. Don't you worry about me. Let's talk about you. You're going to psychoanalyze me. I live according to my nature. You might as well interview a lion. We'll see about that. I'm sure you are the way you are for a reason.
Huh.
You're not wrong about that. You know the answer already. Dr. Drain needs me. I am what is missing in his own life. I am his hidden strength. I am his true essence. He is nothing without me, which he already realizes. You hear him talk about what he should do, but the sad creature cannot do those things. He should give in to me, And thanks to you, he has begun to.
Oh no.
Lord Eurytus condemns Dr. Drain's cognitive distortions while committing them himself. Listen carefully, Samuel.
You hear him talk about what he should do. Come on now, you're really countering his shoulds with your shoulds? I think that proves there ain't no such thing as a should everyone agrees on. But my shoulds are so much more entertaining.
Not
His have only
that
brought him
Jerry.
hundreds of years of pathetic existence. Well, that don't make a damn bit of difference. I bet there are vampires a hell of a lot more depraved than you who think you should be doing things differently. Really? Oh, you must introduce me. If there are holes I don't know about, I should very much like to know where they are.
Sir.
That, how old are you anyway? Dr. Drain's been summoning me for 14 years now. Oh, things are starting to make a lot more sense. You certainly sound like a 14-year-old. The transformation has already begun. I will subsume him. His body and his mind will belong to me completely, and Dr. Drain will cease to be. Yeah, you're awful confident about that. But I got bad news for you. You don't control Dr. Drain. He controls you. Oh, darling. The little doctor controls nothing at all, least of all himself. Make no mistake. He shall be mine. Oh, yeah? And how do you know that? I know the little wretch far better than you do. He hasn't changed in centuries. Was he in therapy then? No. Only in the modern age do we make do with such delusional exercises. So not everything he does is predictable. I don't think you got a good reason to be so confident. Are you trying to fill my head with doubts? Do you even think that such a thing is possible? There is no such thing as doubt for beings such as we. We live or we die. That's all. And I will live. I notice a funny way you and Dr. Drain talk about each other, as though you're totally different people. You really think that's true? Have you spoken with our pathetic little doctor? You know, he doesn't drink real blood. That's why he's so weak. Hold on, how's he even alive if he's not drinking blood? Oh, the little ball of shame didn't tell you. He's not even a vampire. He drinks that synthetic trash he produces instead of real blood.
Lord Eurytus seems keen to diminish Dr. Drain, but is his assessment fair or logical?
Oh, the little ball of shame didn't tell you. He's not even... Seems to me you got a pretty dang narrow definition of what it means to be a vampire. Heck, I don't see you wearing a cape. You sure you ain't just a regular mortal? Don't be a fool. There is a minimum requirement for being a vampire, that's all. And Dr. Drain does not meet it. He's an embarrassment to our kind, and worse, an embarrassment to me. I wouldn't be surprised if he were a 400-year-old virgin. If it weren't for me, his cock would have shriveled up like a raisin. I think I'm gonna surprise you, Lord, whatever you're calling yourself, but I think you're right. Dr. Drain does need you. But like it or not, you need him too. How very bloody dare you? What possible use could I have for a little turd like him? none at all, long as you keep calling him names. You keep thinking of him as being a turd, and that's all he's gonna be. I admit, Dr. Drain might have a thing or two to learn from you, but he ain't gonna learn as long as you keep antagonizing him. Oh, come now. The little worm likes it. He is far better at hating Dr. Drain than I am, and I find him entirely loathsome.
Wow.
Then you ain't giving him room to grow. How would you feel if someone just called you an animal? I am an animal, pure and perfect. I don't care what anyone thinks of me.
Of course not.
Vampires ain't animals, not even the worst of us. The moment we learned to talk and reason, living like beasts was out the window. What a strange creature you are. You dress like a buffoon, but speak like a philosopher. The buffoon is the more admirable of the two. At least he's honest. You and Dr. Drain lie and lie and lie to justify your existence. It's ridiculous to suggest that I need him. What could I possibly need him for? When I tire, I sleep. When I lust, I fuck. When I thirst, I kill. As it should be.
Lord Lourdes exhibits similar cognitive distortions to Dr. Drain. He is quite sure of what a vampire must be.
When I tire, I sleep. There it is again, that simple thinking and them shoulds that are only yours. Come the hell on. You think we vampires should just go on autopilot? Fuck, sleep, kill, repeat? Well, naturally, we should ensure that those things are fun. Otherwise, what's the point in doing them? That's it right there. I agree with you entirely. About time. I'll remove my clothing then. Or perhaps I'll remove yours.
I'm sorry, what?
Not so fast. You're missing the point. If we're doing these things because they're fun, well, everybody's got their own idea of fun. That's our human experience at work. Like me, for instance. I'm more of a high intimacy kind of lover. Oh, boff. You managed to make even delightful things seem so heinous. I'm only speaking the truth. What makes you so damn sure you know what being a vampire is anyway? Why do you think you've got it all figured out? Lie to yourself all you like, darling. We're all alike. I know what you crave.
Either Lord Lourdes knows every vampire on Earth, or he is exhibiting quite the cognitive distortion.
Lie to yourself all you like, darling. We're all alike. I know what you crave.
Either Lord Lourdes knows every vampire...
Lie to yourself all you like, darling. We're all alike. I know what you crave. There's loads of us vampires out there, all with different experiences. You really think we're all the same? We are animals, darling. Like all depraved animals, we exist to ensure we continue to exist. If we do not, we embrace oblivion. Well, that's a heck of a jump. We ain't powerless against our baser instincts, far from it. We can be better people. We can live in harmony with others. It is utterly pointless to fight our natures. Oh, that poor mortal had a family. Who gives a damn? I'm thirsty. That poor mortal must consume in order to live, and so must I. He simply pretends not to enjoy it. I don't need to do any such thing. I love to kill. I love the taste of blood. Why would I love it if it weren't the only way to live? Okay, what you're doing there is interpreting reality based on how you feel. Well, that's emotional reasoning. You think because you love killing, killing is the only way to live. If you had a clear head, maybe you'd be able to see that ain't true. Oh, why, darling, if you wish to see me pleasure myself, all you had to do was ask.
Wow.
That ain't what I'm saying, and you know it. I get all the blood I need without having to kill folks. Point is, you're gonna get real fucking bored if you don't find a reason to do what you're doing.
Sam said a cuss.
Do you think I need a purpose? That's a mortal concern. I don't need a fucking legacy. I need blood. The only thing I should do is what I was made to do. You're just as bad as Dr. Drain with all them should statements. He keeps talking about what he shouldn't do, and you keep talking about what you should do. You both act so damn sure of yourselves. You're so damn sure blood is all you need. Oh, did I forget to mention all the fucking?
I mean... What's the over-under someone writes a fanfic about Lord Laridius and Sam?
No, but hombre, you live forever. Food and sex is enough for animals. They got short lives. They get threatened and they die real quick. I know a lot of vampires who live like animals, and every single one of them is lost. Like him or not, Dr. Drain is your reason for living. Hell, if he didn't make this plasma stuff, you'd still be buried deep somewhere in his head. Fuck you. Dr. Drain is a pathetic little liar, and I will destroy him. That's what he wants. Then I'll come for you.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
If you're gonna kill me,
Dude.
you better be a quicker draw than I am.
Jesus. I am not ready for him pulling out the gun, man. He's like, you can nuck if you buck. I got a gun.
You wanna try your luck, compadre?
Sam said, fuck and you. And you know people are going to use this scene for fanfic. You know they are.
No need. I do thirst, though. And I smell something downstairs. I smell mortals and virgins. Oh, how delicious. You've been holding out on me, cowboy.
Really? You must share, Jory.
You can drink what's in that bottle till Dr. Drain comes back. I ain't letting the likes of you near them people. At least you're aware enough to know that I am a ravenous beast. And beast that I am, I must kill.
I need you.
You will do no such thing to my mortals. Restrain yourself.
Oh, now who is this beautiful morsel?
I am far older than any blood you have ever tasted, whelp. Do not dare to think you can overpower me.
Oh. Dad's home.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Daddy.
I didn't mean it that way, game. I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way.
I will keep this poor animal contained, Samuel. You did excellent work in handling him. Deserve some rest. I will meet with you later.
If you're sure.
Do not worry. I have no need to hurt him.
Well, now I'm just disappointed. All right, Andy. I'll talk to you later. And Lord Lurid, or whatever your name is, think about what we talked about, huh? Dr. Drain's got something you need. Oh, Vom, get out of here already. Not you two.
Okay then. Survived Lord Loridus' session. Wait, hold on. I got an achievement for surviving that
Tornado.
session.
Barely walked out of that one alive. I thought therapy was just talking. I could use a drink. I could use a drink.
If it isn't the Lone Ranger.
Hey, Crimson.
You look a little down, cowboy. Have a shot.
I don't mind if I do.
Rough one tonight.
Well, you could say that. My client went a little feral. Tried to attack me.
That ain't good. I hope you booted their ass out.
Well, here's the thing. He wasn't himself. The fella, he can't stand being a vampire, so the vampire comes out in nasty ways.
Don't put yourself into too much danger, cowboy. Cleaning up a pile of ashes isn't my idea of a good night. So what? He just went and turned into a monster?
The monster was there all along.
More or less. Went from a restrained fella to a hedonist beast.
How do you think you handled it?
Not well. That fella was ready to pounce from the second he showed up. I ain't proud of this, but I pulled my gun on him. Never thought I'd do that to a client.
Don't go giving us Americans a bad name, Tex. I'm not happy about having that thing in my establishment at all.
I didn't even know he had a gun until this session.
I know, I got scared. He was threatening your customers, Crimson.
A gun isn't gonna fix that. You keep that thing in your holster, you hear?
Yes, ma'am.
You're better than that. If you're gonna help this guy, you help him like Sam Walls would.
And how's that?
People like talking to you, cowboy. They can't help sharing their lives with you. Whatever it is about you, folks are always going to prefer talking to you over killing you.
I surely do hope you're right.
You know my big secret already. I wouldn't have told it to you if I didn't believe in you.
Well, that's mighty kind of you, Crimson. I'm humbled.
Quit it with the aw shucks stuff. Now you're just trying to be cute.
And making success visit.
Now remember, during meditation, he was pondering hooking up with these goths. And or Andy.
Oh, hey, it's my little buddies. How's it going, kids?
Bad.
I'm sorry to hear that, Maxie. What's going on?
Make some room, Kinder. I've got customers to serve. Go talk in the kink room.
Would you like to chat in the kink room, Maxie?
I would like that very much.
So what's going on, Maxie?
My boss yelled at me today and made me sad.
Well, what happened?
Someone injected a malicious SQL query into our API and used it to execute code. We did not have our queries parameterized, so they were able to drop the user table entirely.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds bad.
I warned the backend developers that this would happen, but I got all of the blame.
That sounds like a real mess, Maxie. Reminds me of the time I forgot to lock the gate on a cattle drive. By morning, every last cow was gone, just like your, user table thing. Maybe your boss was hopping mad, but I bet next time they'll listen to you.
Am I the only one who is now aroused?
Oh my god. Wait a minute, isn't Matt Reinhard?
No, Reinhardt, I am also aroused.
I am not okay knowing that. I don't know why, but my brain cannot reconcile this character and Matt, my friend. I'm not okay.
Oh, Okay, get on over here and pass me some neck.
You know what? At that note, I'm gonna take a quick break. Hangout, BRB, mods have the comm. I need more water. I'm back. Wait, Matt's other character? Hold on. Hey, bye, Chucky.
I feel as though all my worries have been sucked away.
Thank you.
I'm well acquainted with this feeling, Hazi.
And you will be once more.
I think that's my cue to get to my coffin.
You scared the American away, Maxie.
I suppose I am a very bad girl.
All right, I'm out. Bedtime for Sam. I'll see you kids later.
Not bedtime for Sam. I'm not okay. I'm still processing that that's Matt.
Samuel, greetings.
Oh, hey, Andy.
Wow, we sound lackluster.
What is wrong, my friend? It would seem your chipper American self.
I guess I ain't too happy to be seeing tonight's client. I'm still feeling the tongue lashing she gave me last time.
Ah, yes, the Senora d'Este. She certainly has a way with words.
It ain't that. It's just this sense again. Like she thinks I can be a certain way just because she tells me to.
Aha. At least that makes her chord distortion clear, doesn't it? You know what it is, of course.
That lady's got control fallacies out the wazoo, and they've given her centuries of stress.
I do not know this term, wazoo, but you are correct. The woman who chooses immortality so that she can ensure her family makes the correct decisions probably has some control issues.
And taking out her stress on me.
Do not take her criticisms too much to heart, my friend. You are simply a convenient target, an element within her control.
That still don't make it much fun.
I will not deny that Senora d'Este is a confrontational client, but take her presence as a gift, however you can.
What now?
A woman so powerful in her time has much to teach us. You have all the tools you need at your disposal to help her. Consider your approach.
All right, I think I'm ready.
I will leave you to meditate then. Be well, Samuel, and let this 3,000-year-old tell you, you are a fantastic therapist.
Oh, gosh. You're gonna make me blush. Get on out of here, boss. I can handle this.
I know you can.
I think I'm ready. And here she comes. A deep breath. Now, howdy, Senora. Nice to see you again.
Liar. You are as pleased to see me as I am to see you, therapist.
Wow.
We're gonna get straight into it, huh? All right, lay it on me. Why ain't you happy to see me?
Because you are a worm.
Okay. Can I pull my gun out on her?
Yeah, I've been called a lot worse. You're gonna need to be more specific than that, Senora.
You are a worm because of the way you wriggled into my mind the last time we spoke, leaving behind loathsome doubts. The only reason I am here is to confront you for your beastly behavior. I come to you in crisis, and you suggest that I am the cause of my own woe. Aren't you supposed to help me?
Senora, you came in here telling me that Art is dead. How am I supposed to help you with that?
I don't know. But telling me that my existence has been a complete waste of time is not comforting.
That's not...
I definitely don't remember saying that, Senora. What I said is that you ain't gonna change the world for anyone. But that doesn't mean your work wasn't worth anything. That's what I call Nosferatu thinking. Remember what we talked about? There's always going to be people who want Space Wars, and there's always going to be people who want Michelangelo.
Michelangelo? Who is Michelangelo?
The guy what painted the Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo.
Michelangelo did no such thing. Perhaps you are thinking of a man from New Jersey, or a Turk. It is Michelangelo.
Oh my god, you put that
Senor, you want to talk about wasting time? What's using me as a punching bag doing for you?
Very well. I will speak plainly. I am angry with you, Mr. Walls. Yes, perhaps not all I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain, but to think that much of it was, this is most horrifying.
It's lazy. Huh.
Listen carefully, Sam. It is not only truth that harms the Senora, but also the way she perceives truth.
Yes, perhaps not all I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain, but to think that much of it was, this is most horrifying.
Listen carefully.
Yes, perhaps not all I...
Listen carefully.
Yes, perhaps not all...
Listen carefully, Sam.
Yes,
Maybe it'd help if we looked at that wording you used. A waste of time, effort, and pain. Even if you didn't achieve your goals in them efforts, you can't just say they were a waste of time. Now, if you were sitting in bed for 400 years watching bad TV, then I might agree with you.
a disgusting notion. I am already dead. I do not need my mind to actively decompose by watching Batflix's latest trash.
So maybe let's reserve waste of time for trash, huh? I can see why it'd be upsetting to see something you put a lot of effort into not work out.
It is more than upsetting. It is devastating. I did not just fail to bring the understanding of true beauty into the world, I failed to bring it to my own familia. I watched them die, Mr. Walls. It was not the physical death that caused me the greatest pain, but the spiritual death. They had no care for the Gonzaga name nor the Deste name. Despite my sacrifice and all my efforts, they pieced away my legacy.
Ooh boy, sounds like there's a lot to unpack here.
It is a dark and painful story, Mr. Walls. A story where my greatest joy turns to ash, and I was powerless to stop it. When last we met, did I tell you about my son?
No, I don't think so.
Federico. Ah, my dear Federico, my little clown, my delicate artist, my beautiful boy. I suffered for him, Mr. Walls. I put up with my husband, Frankie, and all his brutishness, all his licentiousness. All for Federico. I raised him to be intelligent and clever, to understand the gentle arts and philosophy. I raised him to be a Deste. But for all my efforts, I could not cool his Gonzaga blood, and it persisted for a century to the ruin of our house.
I know great powers, son, but power over blood, that I shall never have. There are none who can.
But for all my efforts, I could not cool his Gonzaga blood, and it persisted for a century to the ruin of our house.
Oh my
I know
god.
great powers.
But for all my efforts, I could not cool his Gonzaga blood, and it persisted for a century to the...
I hate to break it to you, senor, but every kid's got two parents, whether they know them or not. And kids have got minds of their own.
I refuse to believe that we are trapped by our blood. What was my destiny as a girl? Men of my time said it was to be servile and docile, a political pawn. What saved me from that fate? Knowledge, study, an appreciation of art, music, history. In the same way, I should have been able to save my son.
Why do you think you should have been able to save your son?
I was his mother. If I did not save him, who could?
I'm not saying someone else could. I'm saying that responsibility to save your son, that you should save him, doesn't line up with the truth. It ain't some kind of destiny for one person to save another.
Clearly, it was not my destiny to save my son. But my failure did not end with my darling Federico. It was only 153 when the once great Gonzaga house surrendered all its honor to the hated Spanish. I stood by, useless as a statue, as the Gonzaga name burned in the war of the Mantuan succession.
The hated Spanish? You say that like everyone hates the Spanish.
Must I mince words with my therapist? Naturally, I do not include the Spanish among those who hate the Spanish.
I don't hate the Spanish. I've known plenty of fine Spaniards.
I doubt you know much about fine company, but your pedantic point stands. Not all hate the Spanish. Very well. From now on, I shall say, the Spanish, who are hated by myself and sensible persons.
No, we can talk more about the Spanish later. So wait, there's a whole ass war going on and you're supposed to stop it? How's that work?
I gave up my humanity to guide my familia through the ages. If I could not do that, what was the point of becoming undead?
The Senora has put a lot of pressure on herself and dire consequences for failure. Would you not say so?
I gave up my humanity to guide my familia through the ages. If I could not do that, what was the point of becoming undead?
Senor, being a vampire gives us a lot of powers, but it doesn't give us the power to control a single human being, let alone a whole dynasty of them. When the heck have we ever listened to our betters? I ain't no historian, but I know enough to know people are liable to making the same mistakes over and over again. Humans have got that whole pesky free will thing that makes them do dumb things.
Perhaps you are correct. Stupidity is inevitable. I understand what you are trying to do, Mr. Walls.
What am I trying to do, Senora?
You are trying to tell me that I've been living a lie for more than 400 years.
I ain't doing anything like that, Senora.
Do not fret, peasant. We are in agreement. I have been living a lie. We all have. As I told you last time, I know my own foolishness. But time has not made my mortal concerns fade. In my mind, I know that virtue, love, chastity, wisdom, honor, these kinds of words were created by men to make us supplicant. But, fool that I am, I still love the idea of virtue. I have loved it ever since I was a child.
The Senora seems to rely on insults when people do not meet her standards.
But, fool that I am, I still love the idea of virtue. I have loved it ever since I was a child.
I don't know.
The Senora seems to rely on insults when people do not meet her.
But, fool that I am, I still love the idea of virtue.
It ain't foolish to have ideals, Senora. Wanting to better ourselves is maybe the thing that makes us human.
Perhaps, but who's better do we strive toward? That I follow the better of old perverts is what makes me foolish.
Senora, people have been following the ideals of old perverts for thousands of years. Why are you a fool?
Do not mistake, Mr. Walls. We are all fools.
Oh, well, that's better then.
Mind your tone. I will tolerate a fool, but not an impertinent one. As I was saying, my folly was to fall in love with these ideals as a child. I used used to love all the tales of Roman mythology. I saw myself in all the goddesses. I saw my strength and chastity in Diana. In Minerva, my wisdom. In Venus, I saw my timeless beauty and romantic nature.
Romantic nature?
Romantic nature? What a wretched parrot I hear. Do not look at me so. Yes, I was a romantic. Until reality came crashing down upon me. Look at this painting I had commissioned.
What am I looking at? I don't know much about art.
The figures standing upon the arch are Venus and Mars. Mars is portrayed by my idiot husband, Frankie. Beside him, I stand as Venus.
I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be looking.
You may appreciate my beauty, peasant, but do not let your eyes linger upon my once supple body over long. This is art, not pornography. But look closer and you'll see that even this art is a lie. This is the dream of a foolish girl. To be enjoined in pure romantic love with a handsome warrior. I believed so hard, Mr. Walls, that I thought I could make it true. But this handsome man is not Frankie. This is Frankie. He is not Mars, but Vulcan.
Well, he's got some abs. I'll give him that.
Yes, I did not shy from truth. But see how love's aim goes amiss and strikes his gangrenous penis rather than his heart. See the grapes behind him, for the drunkard is never far from his true love. See how he flails helplessly, as if begging a true warrior to put a sword in his belly.
I'm sensing we've got some work to do around your husband.
Whatever gave you that impression? The man was created solely to crush my view of the world and my place in it. Naturally, I might have some issues around him. I now believe that Frankie was the truest man I ever met. That is what broke my heart. I maintained the illusion that he was my Mars because that is what I needed. I was not ready to face the truth. Oh, but I knew. Even as a 15-year-old girl, I knew. But I could not accept that I was married to the legendary penetrator of Mantua.
I'm sorry, the what?
Is it any wonder that I prefer the lie of Virtu? Is it any wonder that I still prefer to believe it? The problem is men. You are all weak animals.
Hold your horses there, Senora. I don't even know who the heck Lucretia Borgia is.
She is the inventor of twerking. All men flock to her, as I'm sure you would.
What?
They say she was blonde, but she looked like a redhead to me. You know what they say about redheads. Kissed by Lucifer.
Dang, Senora. Your overgeneralizations are building up and making you see whole groups of folks as awful. Now, I know you got your reasons for feeling the way that you do. Real personal ones. But recognize where your experience is making you narrow your thinking. I mean, Senora, I'll be straight with you, as you're a tough lady. Here's where I think it's coming from. You're comparing people to gods, including yourself, and everyone's failing that test. Frankie weren't never going to be Mars. You weren't never going to be Venus. You weren't born out of no shell.
And you will never be anything but a peasant.
Heck, Senora, I'll be as surprised as anyone if I get invited to a high society dinner. I can tell I'm hitting a sore spot, but maybe that means that's what we've got to focus on.
I do not like you, Sam Walls. But you are correct. I betray my own purity of spirit with my anger. But I say, why should we not aim to be like the gods? Humanity is not worth preserving when we are such petty creatures.
Senora, humanity is all we've got. Even if we're immortal, every word we're speaking is a result of our humanity. Yeah, we make a lot of mistakes, and some of us sound like peasants, but all that messiness is worth something that makes us who we are. Senora, I don't think you're a goddess. I think you're way more interesting and impressive, because you're real.
Well, you have great wisdom for a peasant, Sam. And your kerchief is a fetching shade of red. It
No,
matches
ma'am,
yours.
no.
Well, thanks, Senora. Let's focus on you, though. What happens if you're not that perfect goddess?
I suppose I have always felt that if I could not live to my ideals, I would be left with nothing. I would be discarded like Frankie's mistresses and die of some sex disease. Oh, Mr. Walls, I know you speak the truth. I wielded great strength in an age where women were not respected. But I alone feel the weight of my family's collapse, so I feel responsible for it.
Does Senora Deste's feeling of responsibility for
I alone feel the weight of my family's collapse, so
I know it's a lot to bear, Senora, but that weight you're carrying doesn't mean you're the one destined to carry the weight. You get what I'm saying?
this sounds like some of that excellent peasant wisdom of yours. Please explain.
What I'm saying is that feeling you've got doesn't create truth. You feel that you have ultimate responsibility for your family, but that feeling doesn't make it so.
Yes, I see. No one gave me this responsibility other than myself.
That's exactly it, Senora.
But I was the only person capable of preserving my family, Sam. That is what makes my failure so poignant.
Senora, what if you weren't the only person capable of preserving your family? What if no one person was?
I don't know. I never considered such a thing.
Well, try to consider it now. What if you accepted that whatever was going to happen to your family was going to happen?
You sound like a Calvinist.
Never mind with the labeling for now. How would you feel if you knew nobody could control what happened to the Gonzaga house?
I think I would feel relieved.
Hey, Furwick.
Senora, whatever happened to your family, fault never belonged to you. You were the one who named yourself responsible. No one else did. Look at who you are. And I think you can be damned impressed at who that lady is.
Damn you.
Too late, Senora. Look, let's wrap up tonight, huh? I think you did great. You probably got some stuff to think about.
Yes. Thank you, Sam. I will see you in a month.
Of course, Senora. I'm looking forward to it.
Goodbye, Sam.
Samuel? It appears you have an admirer.
Oh, shucks.
I think Isabella Deste has liked fewer than 5 people in her hundreds of years of existence, and you are one of them. Remember, though, that romantic entanglements between a therapist and client are absolutely forbidden, in case you are tempted.
Come on now, Andy. I ain't gonna do anything like that.
Of course, should the mind wander into fantasy, that is entirely acceptable.
Oh, you're just messing with me now.
I could not help it. It's rather cute. the First Lady of the Renaissance, and humble cowboy Samuel Walls. Quite a picture, isn't it?
Okay, that's it. I'm getting a drink.
I'm sorry, Samuel. Please, drink. Ask Crimson for the Royal Virgin. It's my very best. I think you deserve it.
Yeah, whatever. You have a good night, Andy.
Rest in peace, Samuel.
I wasn't planning to end this early, but I am not feeling well. So
And I thought I had family problems.
I am going to actually go lay down early and see who's on. It's Misty's birthday, so let's go raid her. But probably no stream tomorrow. I'm not planning on it. But if I'm up early again before my doctor's appointment, I may stream something. I don't know. But I'm going to go lay down and try to feel better. I will see you all later. Bye.